try and get some insight into the president's comments along with the possible implications. Joining me now is MSNBC contributor Mieke Eoyang, also vice president for the National Security Program at Third Way. Mieke, we have President Trump contradicting his own Secretary of State here in terms of who's to blame. What does the evidence show thus far about who's behind this?
All evidence points to Russia at this point. We haven't seen anything else that would indicate other actors. And these Russian actors are fairly well known. We saw them active during the 2016 election. We've seen them active since then. So the people who are tracking these things know pretty well how to track back to Russian actors in this. The Chinese have very different motives and techniques. And so if there was any indication that this was China, I think we would have been hearing it from the experts long before Donald Trump started tweeting.
What's your response to Josh Lederman's reporting that NBC News has confirmed White House officials were going to release a statement to formally blame Russia for the hack, but were told to stand down?
It's really disturbing to see that sort of thing. When the experts come forward and say, based on their available evidence, that this was in fact Russia, given the size of the breach, and then the president going to contradict them. What we've seen from this president over and over again is a refusal to acknowledge Russia's culpability and malicious action in this. And in some ways, it is very upsetting to see. He cannot even say that Russia has done something bad to the U.S. It's like he feels somehow beholden to Vladimir Putin or something else. He is currying his favor. It's unclear exactly what's happening here, but we do know that he feels like he can't criticize Putin, much in the ways that many Republicans feel like they can't criticize Donald Trump. And so now we are in this weird place of everybody being frozen and paralyzed because they can't acknowledge the truth of what's happening, whether that's on the election or on this hack.
And you write that this all culminates in Russia's acts emboldening them against us. What national security implications does all of this have?
We've seen the Russian activity get worse and worse and worse. And when you look at the consequences of this particular hack and the networks that have been reported to have been accessed by the Russians, it is every cybersecurity expert's nightmare. It's the electric grid. It's access to the systems that control nuclear weapons or that are responsible for nuclear weapons. It's Defense Department systems. It's sensitive banking information. We don't know exactly the extent of what was accessed at this point. We're still trying to figure that out. But there's also the risk that they have left things on the system for disruptive activity later on. It will take us months to understand exactly what is going on here, and there may be subsequent consequences that we can't even predict at this moment.
Mieke Eoyang, you brought up some very troubling points. We appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming on.